Learn how to create a post. Posts are one of the main resources used within a WordPress website. It can be used to advertise some particular blog content, some info about your site, or even just some daily or weekly or even more monthly updates, just to give your viewers and your guides some form of response to what is currently going on within your website. To do this, all we need to do first is log into the WordPress dashboard, and to do this you can check our previous video where we showed you how to monitor the dashboard, how to log into WordPress, and how to set up your theme. But the first thing we want to do now is to create a new post, and to do this, on the left hand side within the toolbar, simply click Post. Within this, when you set up a new site, now you will see some placeholder content, but for now we have some content originally from the old profile tree site. What we're going to do for now is just at the top where you see the title Post, click Add New, and to do this, this will open a brand new window. Immediately be greeted by a few different options. So straight away we want to see the title, content, and any form of formatting option on the side here, and we'll go through these in detail at every part of each video. But for this small and short video, we're just going to quickly show how to post and publish a post content on your site. So to do this, begin with the title. So most titles will start with Hello World, so we'll do that as well. Hello World. And then obviously some content is necessary. And to do any form of content, just type in anything that you feel free in the structure and formatting. For those with some coding experience, there's small boxes here to the right hand side. This is visual and text. Text are for those that may want to type in HTML, and this format gives you a bit more customization. But for those with very little coding experience, or would rather just a WYSIWYG editor as it's called, so what you see is what you get, just click the visual option. And here sometimes, depending on the theme you're using, and we'll talk about themes in a later video, you'll be able to see your formatting options. Just going to do some test content, just to kind of use as a placeholder, just to show how this works. So test content for Hello World, and that'll do this for now. And of course you can format this, you can make certain elements bold, you can add different elements, size and fonts, all completely customizable through here. Another point to note then is the permalink, which have appeared as soon as you've typed in a title for this post. Now what this is going to do is, whenever you're in your URL at the top of the page, you will notice this is how it will be presented, whether it's the domain, the name of the site, and then the post content. Now going back to the settings video, and you can reference our previous video on the dashboard and settings, you can see how to adjust and customize these permalinks. But for now you can see that we have hello world -2, so of course there is already a sample made and this is already in the post, but this will change it up. Of course, spacing is very important and how a browser can interpret that. So Chrome and Safari and Internet Explorer, for instance, cannot interpret spaces, so it will add hyphens and things like this. So do take this into consideration, or it could be a problem-solving fact if you think you may have made a mistake. But for now, we will leave this. Now, of course, you can edit this, so the title of your post will remain the same. But for those who are wanting to strengthen their SEO, do look into editing your permalinks, and to edit this, simply just change it to whatever is necessary, and then click OK to save. So it's just an easier way to find the site, it's an easier way to link to it, and obviously link back and later on. Once you're happy with your content in the main body of the form, looking onto the right hand side, we have a few different options. We start with the publish box. The publish box gives you the options as a content creator to obviously publish your content live on this site. For those who just want a preview, you can simply click the preview button, and this will open almost a live preview of how this will appear in your form. So as you can see, our title, our date, the author, and the content that was within. Of course, and we'll talk about this in just a second, you can categorize things, add it to recent posts, and much more options, including your response. So you can set up comment fields and things, and we'll go through all these in all of our relevant videos. Going back to the post though, very quick format here is how the actual structure is laid out. Now for those who are using different pre-built themes or using the theme that comes with WordPress, this may vary, so do take note here. But you can set up a standard format. This is just obviously for basic post content. But you can also change this to image to allow it to be more structured for an image if you were to actually input any form of image from the gallery here. So we'll use our fancy typewriter again. We can insert that into the post below. Again, click the preview button and we can view this live just by here. And you can see that there's an image. And what that'll do, whenever you select what type of format or structure this post or content is going to be about, it will format that correctly for that, including video, quotes, links, gallery, and audio. So you can see there's quite a list to play around with and trial and error. Of course, as we spoke on before, categories are another important aspect of this. So you may want to categorize everything. You can create a new category straight from the post option just by clicking and giving the content a suitable name. In this case, we will just use test, and that'll do for now. We can click that to confirm that, and immediately it'll be ticked to link to this category. Now you can have multiple categories, multiple parent categories, and even subcategories. But again, these are things for a brand new website and just a basic setup. One category is sufficient enough just to keep everything structured. Tags are another way you can try and relate to your site. So for instance, some people add tags in the footer, and whenever they find suitable content, so it may be if you're doing a marketing website or a housing agent, you may have properties, commercial, rent, for sale. And these tags are a way to quickly see all those properties that are linked to that particular tag. So for our instance, if we were using marketing, we could talk about social media, create a tag for social media, and just like a category, if you click on that tag, you will see all that relevant content related to that said tag. So in our case, it'd be social media. And you can have sub tags and subcategories as well, and these work in the same exact format. So an example of categories and how parent and subcategories could work: if you had a category, for instance, for social media, that would be your parent or the top hierarchy category. Then dropping down from that, you'd have Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google+, and you can see there's different ideas there you can blend in with these categories and posts. At the start though, for those who are just wanting to get some basic content there, I'd advise just to keep with one category, if even use any categories at all. For those who have more developed content and a lot more posts being published onto their site, this is when it's more beneficial to try and keep a structure and organization level to your site. This also all blends in though with Google and how your website ranks in your SEO. The categories relate back. These are all seen as relatable links to your content. It also helps obviously with the structure and format of your site. Finally though, then we have featured image. Now featured image can relate heavily to your theme that you're using. So some themes may not actually feature any form of featured image. They may actually not display it. Others will display it though as the top header image, and you can see here is a perfect example. As soon as you add the featured image, this takes the banner role or the header image, suitable for those who may want to set up a page with a leading image followed by a series or a chunk of text. You'll also see that our category has been set up, so when a user clicks the category button, they will see all the posts that relate to this. Now of course for now we have no other posts here or any category set up as such, but when content is added, you will now be able to see the post content is there. And you can edit this. You can edit this entire category from the page itself by clicking the edit category, where you can change the slug, again the parent, and we talked about this before, and even the description. The description is just a breakdown of what this category is going to be about, and below the description you will then see the relevant posts and content within that category. A perfect example is our no boolean page, which I'll link to in the description below as part of this video, and you can see how we have used the description to obviously define our category pages, and I'll link again that below. But that is how you add a post. Now to publish the post, the final thing you have to do, and this is the easiest thing, is simply to hit publish. And what this will do is this will make that content live online. So if your site like that we are using now is on a local host or on a testing server, of course this will put it live on that testing server. But of course in real terms, if this site's online and you wanted to publish it, again hitting the publish button would present it to the online market and to your guests. If however you're wanting to save it for review, or you'd have some content writers or someone specifically writing posts, of course they can save it as a draft, and that will be saved within your posts, and you can find this, go back to it later, and before you hit publish, of course you can review it. But for now we'll hit publish, just as a way of putting it out there, and you can find that. Now again, you can find this simply by using the permalink. So if we go and right click and open in a new link, we will see we're taken to that page. And again, regarding our permalinks, we talked about this in our settings and dashboard video. If you haven't already seen that video, do check it out, and you'll find out how to change these and how to modify it. But this is the link, and this is how you would direct the user to this particular post. Of course, widgets and categories and sidebars we'll come back to in another video. Again, you'll be able to see some of our more videos, and in the future we'll bring a lot more videos on this. within the next couple of days, we'll be uploading a lot more videos regarding our pages, posts, and more media content and how you can develop your own site. But stay tuned for more. This video was about posts, and if you do have any questions or you have any feedback on the video, do let us know. Just comment below or send us an email at profile tree, and we'll certainly look into it. Thank you very much.